Come on, people, man. Energy. Good morning and them things there. Hopefully, everyone's doing well and safe. It's time to get started, isn't it? Really? Hey, I'm gonna record this and do this one there. Let's go. Hey, 3, 2, 1. People deluded, I'm back again. No clue why I was doing up ad-libs there. But anyways, people, I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits. Like myself, if you're in the United Kingdom or England or whatever, good morning. Anywhere else around the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope everybody is hopefully doing well and safe, moving that much closer to their goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. It's Thursday, people. You know, the weeks, for me anyways, they're coming thick and fast. The days shorter, the hours shorter even. And pardon me, it feels like we've just woken up on Monday, gone to sleep, and it's Thursday. But yeah, the day, make the days count, don't count the days, sort of thing, people. I hope you're having a progressive week. Again, if you ain't got your health, then it doesn't matter how progressive you're being in it. So I hope everyone and their loved one has their health. Obviously, people, please make sure you've clicked the link that I've just posted in the chat. Again, we head over to YouTube at 11:30. We come back at Twitch in terms of 5:10. Napoli versus Barcelona versus Napoli. Aubameyang watch if nothing more. Hopefully that's a good game of football. And again, people, as we go towards Saturday and Sunday across YouTube and Twitch, there's more watch-alongs. Obviously, Arsenal's game on Saturday will be on YouTube and things like that. So yeah, and I want to say a big thank you, man, because obviously we've not so much football content, Football Manager this week, but we've done Football Manager, we've done watch-alongs. 10 a.m. we've been here every day doing footy talks, the 11:30 stuff over on YouTube. Again, I appreciate all the commitment you guys show. I appreciate all the support you guys give me. Without you lot, it's dead, really. Really and truly. Big up yourself, V. Right back at you. Reaper, come on. You lot are the goats, man. Josh, again, just as I'm speaking about people always here, I appreciate that. Now, throughout the course of this live stream, while we're here, we'll speak about the Champions League. Again, I've only seen the highlights with Bayern Munich and Salzburg. Salzburg missed a bag of chances, should have finished their dinner. Kingsley Coman has saved Bayern Munich blushes. And to be honest with you, going to Munich is not going to be nice. Speaking of going to difficult away grounds, boy, Inter Milan ain't helped themselves at all. In fact, that's where we'll start the Champions League, people. Let me make sure I've set my timestamps, man. Trying, man. It's about time I cut my hair, man. It's about time I look like my mother's son again. Come on. What's up? My mum the other day, she liked my haircut. Well, yesterday she liked my haircut. So that's a real winner chicken dinner. And obviously the galley feeling it as well. And you get the messages, so you think you're nice. Of course. I don't think I'm nice. I'm nice. So, oh, yeah. She thinks I'm cute. Word to Chief Keef. But anyways, back to the Champions League. Now, boy, as I was saying, difficult away grounds. Inter Milan have not helped themselves, man. Inter Milan have not helped themselves. I wouldn't want to play at Liverpool in the best of days and try and get a result, much less trying to overcome a 2-goal margin. The only saving grace I will say to them, the only saving grace I will say to them is, boy, there's no away goals, because in another world, or last season, that's basically 4-0 to Liverpool, and they need to find 5 goals. Inter Milan need to find 2 goals to get extra time, 3 if they want to go through. And to be honest with you, I said that when we was doing the watch along, you still look like someone a girl could die for a girl, so I appreciate that. Wow. But yeah, as I was saying before, the nice compliment again. When we was doing the watch along, we said anyone who loses this game between Liverpool and Inter Milan, boy, they're going to be in serious problems. They're going to have to kick themselves. I would say Liverpool showed their quality. If we're real, Liverpool were nowhere near their best, but they've walked away. Fundamentally, first things first, a clean sheet, which you need to rack up in the Champions League, and try and not concede goals, literally. 2 goals, giving them a healthy cushion, and really, that's it. Really, that shows the quality. And at Anfield, with the fans roaring them on, the fans definitely at Anfield are not going to accept the slow start from Liverpool. They kind of had it at Inter. To be honest with you, I think it was a weird game. It was quite tight. It was quite congested. Both teams very wasteful on the ball. You know, if two man connected with a pass, the third pass weren't quite there. People not looking after the ball. When you look at the players on show from both teams, you wouldn't have thought that, to be fair with you. I would say the one good thing I liked from Liverpool throughout, and I'd say the one, and apparently Jota's picked up a knock, Firmino off the bench, Bobby Dazzler did his thing. I think Liverpool pressed very well, relentless pressing, and obviously Inter Milan beat the press at times, but sometimes they were getting caught in their own half, playing into danger on top of just their naiveties. You know, Bastoni had an education. I think he's a young centre-back with a big future. I think he did well against Salah, but he kind of struggled at times. I would say Inter, in terms of their defensive shape, to look good, but again, on the ball, there isn't much. Inter had chances. Obviously, they've hit the crossbar, etc., etc. You know, etc., etc. But it hasn't. It just did. It didn't pay off really. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold. I do think he has a bit of a culture shock anytime he has to defend, just because 9 times out of 10 Liverpool are on top of teams, and I saw that against West Ham. And to be honest, it looked like Perisic. Anything he wanted to do, he would go down there. And I think Harvey Elliott did well trying to help his thingy out. Trent obviously didn't have a bad game. I'm just saying what I saw really. You know, Konate, very good. Van Dijk and Konate, the two centre halves, very good games. I think Robertson grew into the game, but I think the centre halves for Liverpool, for me, were really on another level. Harvey Elliott equipped himself well, and to be fair with you, it's got the point where I want to stop waxing lyrical about Harvey Elliott, because he's 30 and he's a first team player. It's not a wow moment thing. You know, the best thing I would say is we didn't notice someone that's been at Liverpool 18 months, 2 years, been at Fulham and whatnot, barely played in the champs. I think he's the youngest man to start in the Champions League for Liverpool. The commentator said they could be capping, but yeah, man, you know, that was a good performance from you know, in hindsight, from Liverpool. They did their job. Inter, as I said, had chances. I do like how Inter try and play out from the back. I do like how, you know, they play with their centre halves. They try to use their fullbacks at times, very naive. Both teams were getting caught playing out from the back. The amount of times I saw both teams playing square passes, you're taught in Sunday League not to do that for obvious reasons. It was quite crazy. And like I said, man, it's testament to the players that stepped in. Obviously, Jota picked up a knock. Firmino's come on. Bobby Dazzler, who was chasing his first touch for large periods of the game, patterned it up, really. You know, and as I said, Van Dijk, I know people are saying, will he get back to his best post ACL? I don't think he's back to his best yet, but I think he will be. And even if it's knocked him off a bit and whatnot, he's still quality. Konate's in the team. Spare a thought for Joe Gomez, man. You can't buy any minutes at Liverpool. If I was Liverpool and Klopp, I wouldn't have let you go in January. If I'm you, I can't lie, I'm probably pushing to probably, at least on a loan period, probably leave Liverpool, because it must, I'm not saying I would want to, but fundamentally, as great as it must be at Liverpool, I'm not playing. Obviously, Salah, who was, I would say, quite quiet, but this is what he's paid to do. Be quiet for 89 minutes, make the difference, really. And you saw him get a goal. 2 very cheap goals conceded by Inter, really and truly thrown away in a crazy 15 minutes. Liverpool's advantage. As I said, Bayern Munich drew. You know, game of the week for me, still PSG Real Madrid, as you saw how good that was. And who knows, I think Napoli Barca is going to be a good game, just because you never really know what you're going to get with Barca. And, you know, Napoli play good football. I think if it was on current form, I'd probably back Napoli to beat them. But hopefully Aubameyang can do his thing within that. So it is what it is. Next week, obviously, sees, I think you've got Juventus Villarreal. That's going to be a stinky match. And you've got United Atletico. Now, Atletico look a bit rubbed. Cristiano Ronaldo plays for United, ex-Madrid, man. I think that game might not be the best on the eye, but there'll be something in there, man. Really and truly. Wolves done, or is that later? No clue what you're saying there, my guy. I must be being slow this week, this morning. I don't know what you're referring to, broski sauce. But yeah, man, that's where the Champions League is concerned, people. Let's get into, unfortunately, some other news. Now, I want to just knock this one out the way, because it's, you know me, I don't like to speak about these things. I wish these things didn't happen in the world. Again, you know, there's a lot of things in the world, but again, hitting women, or, you know, doing things to women and kids is something that everybody feels extra upset about. And as you know, people, in the last couple of weeks, all sorts of fuckery concerning footballers. Obviously, you're seeing Prince Andrew now. You know, there's all sorts of just fuckery coming out, and people just doing mad things and behaving mad, and just, yeah, what more can you say, really and truly? Any decent human being doesn't condone that, and condemns it. Obviously, Robinho, as you know, he was convicted of rape in Italy a few months ago, I believe. Allegedly, Italy issues arrest warrant for the former AC Milan and Manchester City forward after rape conviction. Nice accent, bro. I appreciate that. You know, I would love to claim credit, but I was just born here, man. Wish this wasn't. Wish I spoke a bit more posh, really and truly. Wish I had a French accent. You know, it sounds weird, but my conscience, like, you know, we will have a voice in our conscience. It's French. It's Arsene Wenger. Like, can't cap. I always found myself randomly going, well, bro, Wenger's such an influence on me. Italy's Justice Ministry has issued an international arrest warrant for former Manchester City and AC Milan forward Robinho after the country's top court confirmed his conviction for rape. The ministry has asked the global police agency Interpol to enact the warrant. Robinho obviously lives in Brazil, people. The South American country does not extradite its nationals, which means Robinho would only face arrest if he traveled abroad. A Milan court in 2017 found Robinho and 5 other Brazilians guilty of gang raping a woman after plying her with alcohol in a nightclub. It's quite crazy. The conviction was confirmed by the appeals court in 2020 and was validated by the Italian's Supreme Court last month. He's always denied the charges. Again, it is what it is, people. There's that. So unfortunately, as long as he stays in Brazil, nothing's going to happen to him, innit, really. But that's what's been done, man. Disgusting, really disgusting. Footballers abusing their powers and whatnot. But yeah, that needed to be said. And like I said, let's get the doom and gloom and all of these sort of thing. What about Mason, bro? Haven't heard nothing concerning his case. Maybe I haven't been following. I think it's the last I heard. Police were doing what they're doing in it. So until that, I guess, you know, he's on bail pending further investigation. So until further investigation or new evidence comes to light, we're at where we're at with Mason Greenwood, in it, really and truly. Like, he's on bail. He's on bail, in it. I'm sure, you know, Man United won't. They won't anyways. But they'd be wise not to involve him in any capacity while he's, you know, his name's not been cleared or been convicted or anything. Because unfortunately, it's bringing heat onto them unnecessarily. You know, it is what it is. So yeah, he's on bail. I don't know what's gonna happen there. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's going on in that regards, people. Away from that, let's get into. Bro, Zuma's caught more flank than Greenwood. He's caught more flank than two. I'm not, obviously wrong is wrong, but it's just I'm talking about in terms of it being a constant news story. Zuma's still being spoken about, really, 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 and truly. And you've also got my man. What's the other one, man? Prince Andrew. Nothing's being really said on that. Obviously, there's the royal powers and these sort of things at play. Bro, he better be saving a lot of things, boy, because for me, Greenwood should be, if he's convicted of these things that he's been accused of, which the evidence looks compelling, bro, I can't lie. You should die, really. You know, there's no place for beating up gal and raping gal and all these things. Like, in fact, dying is the easiest, bro. I've always said, these sort of men should be slapped in jail. You give them a hammer that can break stuff, but not really cut up the task. You get a fat boulder. You put what do you call it? You put a chain on their ankle. Send them out there 8 a.m., come back in at 8 p.m., give them just enough water to keep them alive, and you're just hitting this boulder every day, just every hour, if you don't hit the boulder, get slapped, keep hitting it. Beg for death. That's how brazy it is. Bro, the Sigurdsson thing's just gone away, really. The Sigurdsson one's just gone away, really. Even big up Dean Henderson, he had to come out and deny that he was involved in any of these alleged things. But even that, you heard another footballer, you know, football, you never know what anybody is doing behind closed doors. A lot of people probably criticizing Zuma probably hit their wife and hit their animals. You know, people say one thing and do another, so you have to be careful. But in relation to footballers, all of it coming out now, all right, cool, it's coming out now, it's nice. But how much fuckery has happened that hasn't been spoken about? Crazy. But Marcus Rashford has hit out at journalists over claims Cristiano Ronaldo is undermining Manchester United's dressing room unity. Now, long story short, based on reports yesterday, it felt like the Portuguese brothers and foreign brothers versus the English ones with Harry Maguire, Rashford, etc. You know, I mean, again, things can happen. I could understand why Ronaldo would feel a sort of way, and he kind of alluded to it the minute he walked in about people don't try hard. When things are not going right, especially a big club like Man United, of course things are going to be fractured. Everyone's got to take accountability because everyone's been part of it. But not necessarily Rashford. I'm not going to lie. There are, similar to Arsenal, there is a lot of players stealing and living at United. You know, knowing how lucky they are to be playing for Manchester United and stealing and living. Rather that make you buck up your ideas and you realize how lucky. A lot of them act like they're doing United a favor. So I can understand why Ronaldo would be vexed. Obviously, he's come from Portugal. You know, got badded up by Roy Keane and all of these things, and it's made him better. Now he's probably seeing fuckery in the dressing room. He can't hack it. really and truly. But Marcus Rashford, who and part of it is probably PR, but he was waxing lyrical about Ronaldo coming to Old Trafford, and it sounded like him, Lingard, Sancho, all of it was almost like schoolgirls seeing their favorite artist at a concert. So I'm not sure where this is at, but with Ronaldo, you know what you're gonna get. He's not bigger than the club, but he's larger than the squad. Anything Ronaldo does, if things are going right, it's down to Ronaldo. If things are going wrong, Ronaldo's irritated. Ronaldo's staying. Ronaldo's leaving. He wants this guy out. He wants that guy out. You knew this was gonna be the case. He's hit out at claims, people. You know, in relation to this, and obviously my man has said, you know, you can see it here in it. Christian Flock said, true, the English players like Harry Maguire, Rashford, and Cole are irritated that Ronaldo wants to lead the dressing room with his own clique. I mean, naturally, there's friendships are gonna feel, then, you know, he's the guy. From what I see, he just, you know, Ronaldo for me gets a bad rep. He's very humble, so I don't really buy a lot of this, unless for the reasons I've said. Now, what I would say, Rashford, Maguire, them and they need to focus on their own game, really, you know, because he's probably holding you lot account, you know. Proper WWE soap opera stuff, man, unneeded. You know, Maguire, you shouldn't be chatting to no one. As you can see here, Rashford has just basically said it's BS, so we'll never know, you know. And then, you know, Rashford is getting a bit of a bad rep because I know there was rumors about someone in that dressing room is leaking stuff to the press. There's a lot of rumors, you know, that it's Rashford. I don't know where anybody's getting this information again. Until things come to light, we've got to be careful. I know YouTubers and football fans and people in general think they're, you know, Fabrizio Romano, but let's just wait and see what's going on in that regards. Conte, people, my man is not happy, and you know I'm here for this. I said I don't think Conte is going to see out his contract. On one hand, I have sympathy for Conte because, come on now, he's at Spurs and he thought he could win. I thought I was the deluded one. But on the other hand, I can't lie to you. No one put a gun to your head to take the Tottenham job, and it's a bit like what I see with Arteta at times, where we talk about certain things, or at any other club, or if somebody joins Chelsea or PSG and complains about, there's a lot of pressure, bro. You knew what you're getting into, man. You know Maguire shouldn't be saying it. Bro, focus on yourself, man. United fans seriously getting onto the wrong players, but that's a thing in England, though. You know they get onto the wrong guys, and you know when you know how the thing is set. You know how it's set. Conte, Tottenham weakened squad. I realise now this is the club's vision. He's vexed. He's vented his frustrations with Tottenham Hotspur for weakening the squad in January transfer window and not bringing in experienced players. I realise now this is the vision of the club. You thought it was a winning thing. I mean, to be fair, they brought you Bentancur and Kulusevski for 70 million euros. He was asked if there were similarities between the Tottenham side and his first season at Inter. It's always difficult to make comparisons, but if I had to find something similar, it would be the lack of confidence that is inevitable when you start work at a club that hasn't won in a long time. Inject it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I saw some situations from the outside that could be developed, but when you get into it, you realize that what happened in January was not easy. We lost 4 players in January, 4 more important players for Tottenham, and we brought in only 2. I can't lie, he's you know, he's right with that, and he's been consistent in these messages. He sounds vexed, where I have sympathy for him if you brought a man in via false pretenses, and if you think you've weakened the squad, and if you think that, you know, your task is made 10 times harder. I fully get it, but at the same time, no one put a gun to your head. You must have known there's austerity measures being put in place at Tottenham. I know they must have told you everything under the sun to go with. They were very aggressive to getting you. You know, they failed first time to got you second time. They returned to management, but maybe you should have sat on your hands. You know, there's rumors Carlo might leave Real Madrid again. Pochettino at PSG. You never know what's going to happen there. The Man United job is available, basically. You know, there could have been things, you know, even Juventus, where how long's it? I don't think Allegri's going to get sacked, but Allegri, you never know. Never know. They always say when you come out of one relationship, take time to heal. Don't jump back into things. But it felt like, I don't know for the actual chronological order, but it felt like instantly he left Inter and he kind of took the Spurs job. Obviously, there was a gap, but you get the point. That is the issue. This is the vision and the philosophy of the club. It is inevitable that if you want to grow quicker and if you want to be competitive more rapidly, you need players with a lot of experience because they also raise the experience level of the overall team. But I repeat, I have realized now that this is the vision of the club. So long story short, they want to do the youngster thing. You're not on that. Well, they must have, to be fair, they must have told you that. You must have known that. And they have weakened, you know. They've brought in 2 quality players, in my opinion, but they've let more bodies go, really and truly. And I'm trying to make sure we don't miss anything. He said on Bentancur, sorry, he said we lost 4 players. What happened in January was not easy. We lost 4 players, 4 important players for Tottenham, and we brought in only 2. So even just in terms of numbers, rather than reinforce the squad, we on paper may have weakened it. Join the club. Both North London clubs have needed to do a lot in January and come out weaker, really. And obviously, he saw a 9-game unbeaten. That was a smelly 9-game unbeaten run. Fans, also, Spurs fans didn't want to admit the truth. That run was papering over cracks. Take it as someone as an Arsenal fan who's seen us do an unbeaten run, the Emre and Arteta, who said the same things. He does not believe he was backed with ready-made signings in Jan and say he now realizes the club's vision is to develop players. It does feel like he's not going to see out the rest of his deal there. But, I wonder how the squad feel hearing this. But I can't, fundamentally, Conte's talking the truth, really. But it must be annoying because it feels like at every given opportunity, he's saying things like this where he's right. But once again, no one put a gun to his head to take this job. Bentancur and Kulusevski are ideal prospects for Tottenham because Tottenham are seeking young players they can develop and grow, not players who are ready. That is the issue. This is the vision and the philosophy of the club. It is inevitable that if you want to grow quicker and if you want to be competitive more rapidly, you need players with a lot of experience because they also raise the experience level of the overall team. But I repeat, I have now realized that this is the vision of the club. Again, I just want to make sure I'm not missing out anything. Don't forget, people, shameless plug, but make sure you've hit the like button and you've set it up for 11:30. We head over to YouTube for that one. Let's get Dirty Robinho off my screen. Conte claims Tottenham January transfer dealings not only failed to improve his squad, but made it worse, as he says they only have 1% chance of top 4 finish. And he's been watering down their thing. I mean, he's not afraid to be on an interview, and I get it. Maybe he's doubling down and saying, you know what, I'll suck it up now. But if I'm to stay next summer, we've got a pattern, really and truly. We've kind of read some of this. I want to see the bits that we've missed, people. Conte has also rubbish Tottenham's chances of qualifying for the Champions League next season. Maybe he's doing the underdog thing. Maybe he's doing the underdog thing, people. Maybe he's doing the underdog thing. They're targeting top 4, but he doesn't want any pressure or any cameras on them. Or maybe he's just being honest, really, which again, if I was a squad member waking up, having my coffee, which I am, and looking at this now, I could look at it 2 ways. Part of me would think, hey, the manager's bugging, I'm on this top 4 thing. He thinks he can't believe in us. I'm going to show him there's at least one man in this squad that he can believe in. But if it goes the other way now, I'll be like, boy, why is our gaffer saying that? He don't rate us, so we might as well. But you don't think we're getting Champions League anyways? We might as well target Europa and then conference and these sort of things. If Conte dips, them Italian loans came for no reason. How comes he's just realizing the vision of the team now? No, do you know what it is? To be fair to Conte, I think it's one of them. It's Kalas. And Emre had it as well. It's a calamity. It's collapse. But sometimes only when you're fully involved in something do you see how much of a mess it is. Like when you're fully ingrained in it. And to be fair to Conte, again, like I said, don't put a gun to his head. They probably sold a man dreams. Yo, we got your guy here, Patrici. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Come on, man. He got promised the world. I'm probably not giving anything. I've always said that I feel to only have 1% the possibility to win the league. Here it is changed because maybe I feel the 1% possibility to finish 4th. The level of this league is very high and there is not a lot of space for other teams than the top teams. It's not important. It's important not to be scared. We have to have the desire to fight. And to be fair, these are the comments that kind of get me because he's kind of been every week. He kind of says that about Spurs, really, and he's going to have to be the one to teach these players. A bit like Jose. It feels like you've kind of got to be you've got to kind of be of not of necessarily a certain standard for him and Pep and that, but you kind of have to have a certain level of IQ, a level of street smartness, a level of experience. Conte, man knew Conte is not the youngster guy. Spurs fans in their heart, Spurs, they knew, when you get past the Conte being a winner, all of these things, you knew the football's going to be shit. You knew that even if things work for Conte, the football is going to be shit. He's not in this bringing through young players. If you get your chance, take it. He might bring through some reballs. It's just about being difficult to beat, being stubborn, being rigid, and installing mentality. Spurs fans in their heart knew what time it was with Conte. And they knew there's a possibility that it could end terrible. He signed an 18-month deal. I don't know. I don't think he's close to leaving now, but You've seen Conte will do the race if he can. Like, he will do the race and just keep it moving. He's got things to do out here, really. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, really and truly, man. But then again, where would it set? I would love it because could you imagine that, bro? Spurs had Jose Mourinho, won nothing. Conte won nothing. The jokes keep writing themselves. I'm here for it. So here for it. The bottom of the coffee is horrible. I got it done, man. Now I can drink my green tea. Sorry, folks. Big up you lot, by the way. Levy swindled him. Trust. Levy swindled himself. I think Conte is regretting and just finding out Tottenham is wanting to rebuild, but man is not there to rebuild. But when Kelson, you said it there. You know, he's here to, I think he's slightly here for the rebuild, but if it's a competitive thing, he wants to be competitive. He probably said, you know what, Spurs, when they have tried to get top 4, they're trying to build, I can do a thing here. And then he's like, no, like Spurs have showed him we're really going back to basics. Like, we really need to revamp the side. Like, looking at Spurs' side, on the best of days, there's an over-reliance on Harry Kane, much like Arsenal with Aubameyang. Lo and behold, when Kane isn't necessarily scoring goals, there's a problem. Son gets injured, there's a problem because you ain't got the talisman. Bentancur will be a good signing for me. Kulusevski's a good player. I think he's a bit soft and it could go either way for him there. Need to look at a long-term goalkeeper for Hugo Lloris. Take it as an Arsenal fan. When keepers decline, you want to replace them before it's a thing. Spurs are a special club in that they have not replaced the right back since Kyle Walker. You know, they've brought in Aurier, Doherty, Emerson Royal. They've all been meaty. The spine of the squad, the centre halves, it looks meaty. Like, come on, Spurs. Romero's good when fit, but Spurs miss Eric Dyer. That's like Arsenal when we sit here and we say we miss David Luiz and Granit Xhaka and all these things. It makes sense. But when you're relying on meaty man to the point where your team clicks with them, you're in danger, you're in trouble. So there's a lot of things a rebuild Spurs need. And maybe if I was Conte, I kind of be the same. Carl, man, are not these fresh-faced mid-30, 40-year-olds, tight tracksuit, suave suit wearing dons. Not that Conte isn't suave. I ain't got time for this. Like, I'm trying to win. Like, I hear it. And to be fair, Spurs, your job is crippled because they've spent peas, but they can't outspend certain clubs. Arteta out, Conte in the summer. I mean, Conte's a proven winner, but no. If we're just trying to win and we're tearing up this youthful thing and everything I like with Arsenal, then yeah, do your thing, man. Barcelona coming back with the money, boy. I think if he could, he would have just stayed at Inter, but it got brazy. Big up yourself, T. But yeah, man, I wouldn't get rid of Arteta for obviously in terms of the managerial stature, their ability, what they've done in the game. If you're just asking me that, then yeah, but the whole variables, I would want someone that's better at what Arteta does in the sense of the same sort of skill set, but better and evidently able to get more. I don't think Conte is the right guy for Arsenal. I think, you know, we could at the time, even when we was linked with him, you know, I would have accepted it, and I said it at the time, you know, much like I just said with Spurs. Once you get past proven winner, the hunger, the desire, all these things, and you look at what Arsenal are trying to do. Obviously, if he wins, no one cares, but you're gonna play rubbed football. You might as well tear up Haaland. Haaland might as well just become a checkbook, really, and then that's it, really. And you're going to want to bring in guys. He might bring in, who knows? One thing I'd say with Conte, bro, he probably would have made Willian, Cedric, Kolasinac, the Rubdons look like world beaters. That's one thing. Maybe he would have put them in the shop window. We would have actually been able to make some player sales. Who knows, people? He probably would have sold Eddie and Ketty. I'll give him that as well. Big up you lot, the early birds that were commenting first. So yeah, it's a brazy one, really and truly, man. It's one that who knows, man. Who absolutely knows, but let's add that timestamp. What's the timestamp? We started 10 minutes before, so let's see. Yeah. Pep is a better version of Arteta, bro. You're right, but they can't be in the same sentence. I love Pep. You know, Pep, come and have a real, you know, Pep, it must get boring, man. You had Lionel Messi at Barcelona. You play, you know, Farmers League in Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. City, you could do what you want. You know, come for a real challenge, man. Come to the carpet, Pep, man. We need that. Very disrespectful to Pep, bro. DG drinking that morning mint tea. Ooh, mint. I love mint, but mint tea. Ooh, this green tea and honey bar. You know the thing. I love that. It's dank, man. It's like crack. Not that I know what crack is. Marijuana, very slightly. I look sexy drinking this, boy. Green tea. He might be able to be like DG. Oi, advertisements and that. Oi, shout me. Ad brand shout me. See that? They should now, man. Arteta and Pep can't be in the same sentence, man. So disrespect styly. I see what you mean, but there, man. Like comparing me to some of these media YouTubers, man. When they're my sons more time, you going mad. You're absolutely going mad. All right, big up yourself, Omar. Hope you're doing well and safe. Shameless individual. I mean, before I carry on with what I want to speak about, is there any? Let me see if I'm missing out anything in relation to football. No, that's Conte's comments. We've spoken about Liverpool. Different energy. My energy's been different all the time. You're moving mad. The trim don't make the man. I've been wavy. Always feel you, man. I don't think you don't listen to me. I'm always feeling myself. Are you crazy? Like I'm feeling myself. I'm full of myself. Well, I am the shit. I'm very humble, but I am the shit. Elite mentality. Are you crazy? Are you mad? You see, if I would, bro, Pep should shout. You see, when Pep and the City wear them Champions League drips, they need me. 100%. They need me. They need me. They need me. They need me. Do you know how much? Are you mad? Are you mad? Trim does make you feel different, but man are sexy, man. Man are sexy. Can't make that, you know. For every people feeling the haircut, some of the galley like the greasy look, you know. They like the greasy look, man. Where's this mentality in the FM streams? What did I deserve? Did I deserve that, brother? Like, did I deserve that? Be like, bro, it's 10:32. Like, oh, come on, man. That wasn't nice, man. That wasn't nice, bro. Like, I ain't playing FM on tomorrow. Fuck it. B's messed it up for you. I'm not playing FM tomorrow, boy. It's fucked up. There's no FM tomorrow. Like, man, are being horrible for no reason, man. What's wrong with you, man? Now I'm just staring at the chat. Don't even know what to say now. You're a hater, man. That's what you just call. You see them man there, they're just bad vibes, bad energy. And be easy. You're talking to a double Champions League winner in that, man. We need that boy. See any? Bro, man. Well, how many times have I said in that stream, don't bread in May, and then man haven't been breaded in May? But I hear it though. You get it. I hear you. You expect more from me. I'm on a bossy you. Come on. How much times have I told them? Wrong as hero, awkward Willie. You know that my heart's in fully. Come on. Appreciate that, Terry. 11:30. We'll cover that. Head loss. Never head loss. It's like you disgust. Like when I saw that comment from B, it's like you disgust me. Like you're disgusting. That's the only thing I'm from my head. Like you. Disgusting. Chamomile tea is goated tea, but that makes me go sleep, brother. Man, what's good, DG? Just got up now, about to have lunch. Big up yourself, man. Just had my breakfast. I had a banana pause and a muffin still, and you see the tea and that. That's been me. That's been me, really. You might just lose your moderator, man. My sister likes you now. Hey, you're my guy. How old though? No, I'm playing. Am I? Browning? Red bone and that? What we saying? No, I'm playing, man. I'm playing. Or am I? All right, man. Before this goes left and right, big up yourself, man. But now you're cool, man. You're cool. Let's stay on task, get it. Let's stay on task. Obviously, people, what's the time in this thing now? Nah, I'm playing. Come on, man. Get me. Get me, like, boy, you're not dog. Anyways. Anyway, I'm even making, man. You can't listen, shot is 24. I'm 26. That's cool. Still, you get me. DMs. Top Reds are on to Jadon Sancho. About what? Nothing comes good about that. What is it? Let me guess. Is it Sancho's hair? Is it, the fact that he listens to some music? I don't know. What's going on there, man? Nothing comes good off these back in my day, folks. Crazy. Exactly, because he's dancing to drill, man. Look at this guy doing the numbers. Bro, I like the older guys more time. Like, this is 30 plus, even though it's not too much there. We spoke about Ten Hag yesterday. Neymar, Henry. Okay, TT, man. For listening to drill. Is it seriously for listening to drill? Like, can I confirm Jadon Sancho is being killed for listening to drill? Is that it? I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start if that's true. Honestly, like a society that has a serious drinking problem that goes and smashes things up and people go half the time people are plastered on the street. You're getting at a man for dancing to drill. Half these men are at football grounds, off the gear, fighting themselves, doing a mazza at home, and they're getting onto a man for dancing. And if they're getting onto the lyrics on drill and all of these things, then fair enough. But if we was to go through every lyric, every genre of music, there's defo some gruesome lyrics. You know, I've seen man sing along to songs called "Smack My Bitch Up" and all of those sort of things. I'm not gonna draw myself out. And listen, anyone that's getting at Sancho for listening to music and dancing, suck their mums. Really, you know, it's how dare he play for Man United and dare to just dance? What the hell's going on? But then again, you know, these individuals, and it's gone beyond United now. There's certain individuals. Pogba was people got into Pogba for making a religious pilgrimage, or for me, fucking like Sancho, fucking dancing at his wedding. Come on, man. If that's true, that's tired, man. I don't know why it keeps coming up deleted. I don't think I'm allowed links on Twitch. But then again, you're a mod, G. So you should be able to do this. All right, that's a next account, innit? Let me make it. Send it now. I've made you a mod on this thing. Send it again. Send it again. Send it again. So if it is with the drill thing, then boy, like, they love your rhythm, but not your blues, innit? When Sancho's scoring and that, it's calm. Like, and he's playing well. The minute he starts dancing, starts speaking about racism, starts doing all that, it's even Rashford, man. Love Rashford. The minute Rashford starts talking, focus on football. Brother. Discord soon landing. Is it actually, because I don't like, is it actually for the dancing, or what? Has Jaden done something else? You know? What's some? I know football's weird, man. Football's weird because you can lose a game. Obviously, if you lose, I want you to feel it. Yeah. But a man could lose a game. Hours later, he's at a family party or something. Oh, why are you there? Well, some of you get battered in Sunday league and Saturday league every week, and you go pub straight after, you go raving straight after, and some of you don't even pull. So what you on about? You man are moving, man. Let me see what this is about, man. This could never love for that one G1, bro. Funny, I knew this guy was all of you, though. I knew this guy was banging. I knew he was banging. MT4, deal with the shoot, man. I knew. Nah, come on, man. Out of all things, bro. Not even, if anything, not on a funny man thing, but man's puffing out his chest. There's no chest there. Rather than, right, he's a blocker. I love this. I love it, boy, because this is how the man them are. I love it. What's a man meant to do? He's probably gone trip. Bro, man's chilling in his yard. Ching, ching. This is it. Fuck it up. Pull out your pants as well, man. That's it. That's it, if anything. These Love Island youths, man. I knew this was a rapper, though. What's this, Lowski? Swear down. But come on, man. If that's it, then come on, man. This is rubbed. 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 Certain men are beating up people on holiday. Certain men are doing the masses. But this is what you want to kill a man for. This is what you want to kill a man for. He's probably finished training, chilling his gaff. Like, what's a man doing, bro? Fucking hell, bro. I'm not even gonna, bro. I'm not even, bro. Like, it's just. I don't know what to say. Like, it's dead, isn't it? Like, we might as well just move on in it, because come on now, it's gonna be Sancho today, next brother tomorrow, crazy one. Like, rather than get out the fact that he's puffing out his chest and he ain't got no needs to hit the bench press, pull up the trousers, silly gloves, and he's doing up the blocker thing. Shout out to the wristband. And Sancho bust me. I know that's a little change. The drillers might have to come still. You make sure the hood eats. Rather than get at these things. Come on now, man. Bro, man's banging. Man's doing up the Harlem, bro. Man's doing up Free Mizzle Mac and that. Like, come on. This is what Reece Nelson's probably doing that as well, man. Hey, Reece Nelson probably should do up the gangbanging thing full time. I don't look like the Arsenal thing's working. So it's a joke. Reece Nelson didn't deserve that. Disclaimers and things like that. Brazy. DJ's a baller would kill me. He's probably just tweeted out, shut it. Bro, sometimes man have to just shut your mouth, bro. Like, I wish the footballers could be like American athletes. Just tell you know, obviously fans are allowed an opinion. You can't react to everyone, but sometimes tell a man, shut your mouth, bro. Sometimes fans need to be told suck their mums. Honestly, Sancho should be telling man, you can't win, but suck your mum. Like, man, if I'm doing something bad, if I've crashed a car, if I'm, you know, not listening to curfew, if I'm doing shit things, by all means, draw a man out. Draw a man out. But come on now. Man's danced for a second. How do you know after this little clip he didn't go and watch his games again? Dead. This is dead, man. Bro, it doesn't matter even if you're a girl, bro. He's done. He's with his brethren. Like, what's a man meant to do? Obviously, maybe I want to say maybe my man shouldn't have slapped him, but he's not done anything. Man acted like he's smoking a zoo or something. Like, what's going on, man? Them top reds probably say, oh, he should be running around carroting from midnight to 7 a.m. running up and down. These are the same man that say, oh, this is why I like Conte and Sancho and Saka. They're some of the good ones. You're not like them. Dead. Thoughts on Rashford and Wiley stuff. Listen, right, man, I know there's some things, man, are not getting involved because man don't need my channels and shit shut down. But boy, I think it's man are getting killed for taking pictures with certain man. Everyone should apologize for taking pictures with Boris Johnson and all these dons on fuckery then as well. It's brazy. It's brazy. I would say for Rashford, again, Rashford needs to tell man suck their mum as well, bro. You say sorry too much, bro. Facts. I wish players came out and put fans in their place. Bro, I thought you was one of the good ones. Like, bro, this is the thing, man. Can't lie, the Salah thing, can that be verified though? You know, that was brazy. That was brazy. I think that was a banter thing. But come on, man. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. When it's racism, people biting people having fights, people crashing cars, people getting licked, you know, these things are not said. But man, want to kill. The only thing I'll say, maybe this is a social media thing, innit? Like, this ain't, I don't see that it's hit personal things and whatnot. This is it must be one of them. Fucking hell, bruv. Well, as I always say, they like your rhythm, they don't like your blues though. Because if Sancho's scoring goals and that, they don't care. The minute he's dancing and vibes, bro, that's what we do. I see freeze, bro. Let's be real, we vibes. Like, this is what we do. Like, this is actually what we do. We dance, we chill. The man them do these things. Like, he ain't killed no one. Like, I ain't got nothing more to say on that, man, because it's crazy. You know. It's dead. It's dead. It's bad enough for some fans to be armchair managers, let alone this. Apparently, that guy tweeted 60k times, therefore a clout grab attempt. Bro, again, if anyone doing this thing, suck your mums, man. Simple as that. Simple as that. There's nothing, bro. A man's dancing. A man's dancing. Like, there's 24 hours in a day. A man's danced. It's like man just want footballers to just go home and just do this, like stand at the wall and just. What the man like? Anywho, you think Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, George Best, all these man? You think all these men were doing worse? George Best, R.I.P. Brother, are you mad? Are you mad? Gaza, all these men were moving brazy. My guy Tony Adams over there, Arsenal, the Tuesday Club, 1-0 to the Arsenal. All these things. This football has an issue with drinking culture, but man want to draw the line at dancing, fam. Man want to draw the line at dancing. You go to the Emirates, they're changing it, but big up Kenny Sampson. There's a story at the Emirates somewhere around the stadium on a billboard about how he got licked until I think like 12 noon, and then he had a game at like 2 or something, and he played a blinder. Come on now. Only in this country is about, we got fucking pissed, we got smashed, and this and that. This is a country that talks about, obviously, I work for myself now, but we've all been in offices. Guys will be like, yeah, I fucking got licked, mate, and I had a bit of gear in there. This guy knocked me spark out. But man, want to get a man for dancing, bro. This country's got a problem with serious cultures, but man can't dance. Fuck out of here, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Get out of here with this, man. Get out of here, bro. This is a Mazda. This again, I don't want to talk about this no more, but the more I'm starting to deep everything, like even though this happens all the time, it's getting me vexed. We can't wear certain clothes, we can't dance, you know, you can't breathe, you know, when you're actually just playing football, you know, you're just being reduced to your physical qualities. You know, if you're a manager, if there's one black manager in the Prem, him being good or bad is going to be the result as to whether other guys get bust. No one, RIP Glenn Roeder, no one holds Alex Ferguson and Glenn Roeder to the same thingies. It's brazy, you know. If you talk, you know, if you don't talk, you're told you ain't got a voice. If you talk, you got a chip on your shoulder, an attitude problem. My word. But this is what happens in society. But the thing is, you know, they will tell Sancho to dance if they go viral. Do your nigga dance. That's what they'll say. That's what they'll say. Crazy, man. This is ridiculous. And this is why it's not just blatant racism, it's these sort of things as well. Hopefully, this is just a social media thing, man. Hopefully, this is just a social media thing, man. This is what makes footballers human. They do need a wind down after a game or training. I like Sancho, he's a good player. Even if he was shit, like it does it, bro, like by all means, criticize a man on the field. But this is what I mean. Man are just vexed that United are not doing well. And Sancho's dancing. He's wrapped himself. One guy under the post said he's disgusted and took his son's Sancho shirt away. That's chatting shit, man. That son should slap his dad. His dad's a dad. Like his dad's a dad. Slap your dad, man. Slide tackle your dad because he's chatting nonsense. If I was Rashford, I'd be at everyone's knocked after he fed half of Britain. Exactly, bro. But that's the thing. You are damned if you do, damned if you don't. Honestly, if I was Sancho, I hope Sancho ain't seen it because I wouldn't. I would have a little burner account where I follow my little people, them follow my little accounts on socials that I want to see. But there's no point looking at socials, you know. You can't, bro. They're gonna kill you or not. That's why I rate Neymar as well. They're gonna kill you or not. Like you've got to make peace with that, really and truly. You know, the one white guy would say that they used to kill as well. David Beckham, they used to kill his thing, and he's doing his thing, bro. But when Son and Kane are doing handshakes, no one's saying nothing. Crazy, man. Crazy. Modern society is not even vexed about the right things. Things you need to be vexed about. Man are not vexed about, but man are vexed about this. All right, okay, I hear it. It makes sense. All right. Say nothing. All right. Whoa, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely. It's. Let me play the world's smallest violin for them people, man. And like I said, I probably need. It's a bit too early for Henny and Ray Neff, but I need to get a cup, go and get these top reds, as you lot referring to them as. I need all their tears, man. And I need to. That's the perfect chaser because they're chatting no nonsense. Away from all of that, though, man. Away from that's some good old-fashioned nonsense in it. Thierry Henry. Now, apparently, Thierry Henry's been getting a lot of heat from a certain part of Arsenal fans. I've heard, Thierry Henry's got an agenda. He's got this, he's got that, he's got this, he's got that. Obviously, everyone's got vested agendas. We all know he was with Daniel Ek trying to buy the club. But he got a lot of heat for saying it would be a failure if Arsenal don't make top four. And I agree and disagree. Now, again, when approaching Arsenal, you need balance. I agree in the sense of we've got a good chance to make top four. We're kind of in the race. It would be a good look. Again, I'm I feel obviously Arsenal need to be real. We're not in a position to say we can challenge for major honours and things like that. And top four, being a consistent top four team is the next immediate step, but at this really getting back in Europa. But at the same time, there's no trophies for finishing fourth. But that should be what we're aspiring to. That's what we've been trying to. So anytime we do not get it, it's a failure. Top six isn't necessarily a success, but it's not a failure. It's a decent footing, in my opinion, to kind of land on and not save face, but it's a platform to build upon. So I understand. So I don't know why Henry's being killed for that, really and truly, by some section of fans, probably Generation Z. I don't know, people, you know, probably them. I don't know. But he says Arsenal season should be considered a failure if they go on to miss out on a place in the Premier League top four. I agree with it. I wouldn't say top six is a failure, but it's not a success either. You know, top four would be wow. And again, even qualifying for the top four is something that's become something where it's just people are qualifying. We're going to qualify for the sake of it. We're not going to win it or whatnot. I hope so, but we'd be qualifying or just in it to compete, and you'd hope it's a Mighty Ducks thing, really. So I understand it. He said the best thing about Arsenal is that they didn't play. And the thing is, well, Henry's not mixing his words, but a lot of us were kind of happy about that. West Ham didn't take advantage of it. Tottenham has never taken advantage of it, but Arsenal had to go and win at Wolves. That was a massive win. So there are still a lot of games to go. I can't see what he said wrong here so far. For me, if they don't do it, as I said at the start of the season, then it will be a failure. And that's true. You know, obviously the realistic goal was top six, but we all know top four is the quote unquote ambition. And Arsenal, as poor as we've been, as I keep saying, we haven't lost out on top four because other teams have been blowing us out the water. We've been worse than them. Every year for the last few years, it has been everybody's failing to capitalize on fourth spot, and arguably last year, third and fourth. And then whoever stinks up the joint less goes and does a thing. I yet to see what Thierry Henry has said wrong here. For me, if they don't do it, as I said at the start of the season, then it will be a failure. Yes, we did finish back-to-back 8th, so 6th is an improvement, but it only goes so far then. Henry believes Arsenal are favourites to finish 4th. Now, this is where I start to agree with the club legend, because I don't know for any of that, because United are 4th, West Ham are 4th. We've still, as I keep saying, I sound like a broken record. You still got to go stamp. You still got to play Chelsea, Liverpool, United, West Ham, Spurs. Tricky games against Brighton, Southampton, Wolves. Games that I look for in the fixture calendar list in August. Our games in hand, I'm sure, are against Liverpool, United, and I think Spurs. I could be wrong. Games in hand doesn't correlate to points, as you've seen with a couple of teams. So I don't know about favourites. I don't know about favourites. You probably got the best defensive record in comparison to the teams I've said. But in terms of talisman, goal scorers, and just people you could bet on for 16 games, I don't think so. There's very few Arsenal players. I know what I'm getting game to game. We've got a young squad. Where the talisman of our team are extremely young. They ain't been here before. We're in a fight. There's no excuses. But I'm not too sure I agree with that. That's the first thing. Again, I'm yet to see what Henry has said wrong. Based on the heat he was catching on social media, I think it would be tough for West Ham to get top 4. That's what Jamie Carragher said. Arsenal, what a win that was for them to Wolves. The game in hand, no European football. We've been here before. Arsenal, we've been here with games in hand before and failed to realise them. And also, we've seen what other teams had. We've been talking about no European football all season, but there's been times we've struggled. Regardless, it doesn't matter if you're playing once a week, you're still going to struggle at times. You still need to take advantage of other teams. Great win away at Wolves. But go back the week before that at Burnley, what was said? If we lose against Brentford and Spurs beat City and United take 3 points against Norwich, as opposed to go with taking 3 points off Brighton, then not all is forgiven and forgotten, but it's almost like last week didn't happen and the sentiment changes. 16 games to go. 16 different narratives to change. Arsenal are in a fight. Favourites, I don't know. For me, I don't even. I think it's actually, for me, it's probably West Ham, because they've been leading the way. I said at the start, I think United will pick 4th. So you could, by my own logic, say I have them as favourites. But yeah, man, I just look at United. They're not really on the same page. Arsenal the same. Spurs are doing duddery. Wolves are coming up. West Ham might throw it away, but it is what it is. You think about how long Man United will be in the Champions League, that could play a part. It feels like it will go down to the wire. So I think it will go all the way to the end. Arsenal, do they have enough forwards? Spurs look in trouble. Right now, I think you'd have to take them out of it. Wolves look like a really good team. With Manchester United, scoring goals is the hardest thing. Ronaldo might be back. They're really struggling for any sort of continuity. They seem to be lacking confidence, belief, and a system that works for them. So I'm yet to see what Thierry Henry has said. Let's look here. I'm yet to see what he said, really and truly. Yet to see what he has said that has provoked this angry reaction. Wolves, Spurs, Chelsea, very tricky games in hand. Only team I can accept finishing above us in 4th is United due to the quality of their squad. Tottenham should not be on top of us. Trust. Not me, but fans are angry because he apparently changed his opinion. I hear that, but everybody changed their opinion. They're same fans were the guys probably saying they don't like Arteta. Now they like him and they'll hate him when something else happens. The same ones saying don't sign Odegaard. The same ones probably saying Marie is better than Gabriel or Tavares is better than Tierney. Fans getting at people for changing their minds. Boy, I know in football it's a taboo to change your mind when presented with different information, or you're not allowed to change your opinion. I know there's a lot of agendas, but flipping hell, man. Flipping hell. Anyways, people, Henry sends top 4 warning to Arsenal as Premier League rivals slip up. Let's see if we've missed anything out in his words. We've already read that. This is Arteta's comment. So yeah, we've actually read all of that. I don't know, man. Man didn't change his opinion. He said the same thing since the beginning of the season. I would say for me, then it looks a case of people. The message isn't the worst thing. It's the messenger. It's who is saying it. I don't know how I feel about things, because I do think sometimes pundits have vested interests, everyone, even the great Thierry Henry, have vested interests. Sometimes I think footballers, they say things for the sake of saying it. And sometimes I think a lot of these guys are just positive because they don't want to lose any bridges at the club. I mean, I can't see anything Henry's disagreed with. As I said, it feels like people can't separate the messenger from the message. They just hate the fact that some sections are saying that, it's Henry. because I'm sure if other people said it, you know, I don't think Petit gets that heat. Even in fact, Petit gets a lot of things. I don't know. And I do think there's people with vested interests at Arsenal. Arteta is the guy. He's not the guy. I like this player. I like that player. Of course, new information can present people with different things, but I'm talking about people who have made their bed and just said, this is what I'm lying in regardless. And for those of you that are not Arsenal fans, I'm sure you can find parallels at whatever clubs you support. I know football's tribal, but bloody hell, man. Like, it's out of all, why when I saw Henry's name trending and that, and people were saying, I can't believe he's headed and all of this sort of stuff, bloody hell, man. Fans need to pull their pants up immediately, man. Like, things you should be vexed about, you're not vexed about. I don't know what he's supposed to have said, but all right, cool. Everyone is allowed to do their thing. Thierry Henry said nothing wrong, in my opinion, but that's my opinion. If you think he said something wrong, fair enough, but I just want to know why you think he said it's wrong. He is allowed to speak. Just because he's an Arsenal legend and whatnot doesn't mean he has to cap. Doesn't mean he has to just say things for the sake of it. Like, I can't lie, you do see some. I see a lot of content creators and people at all clubs. It's like they know they're lying to themselves. You know, they know they're lying. They're just saying certain things because they just want to make sure they can do their little bits and pieces with the club. Crazy. Absolutely brazy, man. And obviously, speaking of Arsenal people, Martinez watched yesterday. It wasn't successful. I do think he had some good touches, some good passes, showed some good link-up play, but he failed the Van Dijk and Konate test. Physically, had nothing to do. Looks like he needs a lot of service. Him and Edin Dzeko didn't do the best, but yeah, man, Martinez. I'd still take Martinez at Arsenal, but you know, if that was an audition, probably isn't going to make the cut based on that game now, is he? Easy. I'm thinking what Spurs fans would think if they lose to City. No shame in losing to City. I think they might do a job. You know, I'm scared that they might beat City. Henry loves the club. Was reportedly backing Daniel Ek. Turns off the two when Xhaka put the armband on. It's complicated. I want to see him back at the club, but he doesn't seem to like where we're at. And no one does. And to be fair with you, I don't want Henry back at the club. In a sense of what is the specific role? If there's a specific role, I just don't want legends or anyone at the club for the sake of it, really. And again, I do think Henry has vested interest. He was a former manager and things. There are little things he could have done. This is why I'm looking at why did you want the Daniel Ek role? You know, you could have got Cozy, separate the man and the ambition from what he used to be. But at the same time, I don't think he said anything wrong. And of course, he shouldn't like where Arsenal is at this moment in time. Enough topic, people. It's got to be scary for women in this day and age, man. I just saw a tweet. Bus driver would not let a teenage girl on the bus as her car didn't work. Her friend asked to pay for her. He said no. She was left outside alone. Then we all kicked off and got her in. Big up you lot. And that was on the 134, which is not ends, but close. North Finchley. And that bus drivers, I can't lie, man. Big up the bus drivers, but that's a scumbag thing, man. Especially for little girls and women out at night. We know it's crazy. I don't blame Conte in a Spurs fan. If I was the manager, I'd be fed up as well. So would I. But at the same time, how far does being fed up extend? Because if you was brought in and they lied to you about what they want to do, fair enough. But no one put a gun to your head. You know, you picked up yourself and had numerous meetings with the club, dotted I's, crossed T's. So at some point, how far does your moaning extend? At the same time, you know, as I always say, you can't stand in the rain and complain you're wet, you know, and that's... It was raining in North London with you, man. That us as well. But you, man, you either get an umbrella, you get a jacket, you get inside, you do something. But what you can't do is complain while you're wet. You got to do something about it. But it is what it is, I guess. I'd be fed up as well, man. I'd be fed up as well for what it's worth. I'm sure everyone would. But how far does that, as I said, how far does that extend, bro? How far does that extend? Wolves Donny here. I'm counting down the days till our rematch soon. You guys put in a tough shift, and I'm very impressed by Gabriel, especially how do you see our rematch shaping up? You lot stop trying to, you lot stop trying to thingy, man. You lot stop trying to beef us. Boy, I actually think you lot will probably win it. You lot are gonna be a bit galvanized in that. I don't think it's gonna be the same game. I think at the Emirates, I hope we have a bit more about us. I'd say you lot need to learn to finish. So probably a lot of similarities. How sure are you they lied about ambitions to Conte? I'm not sure at all. This is why I'm saying, I just said Conte at some point it only goes so far. But at the same time, think about it logically. If you're a club that wants to keep a talented young player, if you're Tottenham who's been trying to get Conte for years and things, you're gonna tell man everything under the sun. Yeah, fam. Well, ambition, Tottenham were doing this, we'll bring this in. But we all do it. I tell man everything under the sun. Just like when Arsenal told Balogun to sign a new deal, whether he makes it here or not. Yeah, bro. Hey, Lenting, Saka come through. This guy come through. You're next, bro. I'll be telling man everything they want to hear, especially if I want to get content. Anything you want to hear. Don't worry, man. Transfers, this and that, and the third. Obviously, you got to be a bit realistic. That's why I said it only goes so far. Conte can't do the woe is me sort of thing and act like, I'm kind of crippled and things. You picked up yourself and took the job for whatever reason. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. What else is going on? It is what it is, man. Trust, bro. I can't lie. I don't know why Wolves big up the Wolves ones, man. But I don't know why you lot are trying to beef us, man. It's like Villa. Why you lot trying to beef us? Like, what's wrong with Connor Cody and Nevers? I don't like the way they're celebrating. When you lot beat us at your place last season, man, we're celebrating. But I got love for Wolves, man. I think you lot are doing quite well. If I was a manager, I'd prefer no one to speak about us, but I don't feel anyone's making enough noise about Wolves creeping up the table. I just think, like us, you lot can't score goals. That you can't, and that's probably what, in hindsight, what helped us against you lot. Like it's just bare crosses. And to be fair, we look a bit decent at that under our You lot just can't put the ball in the back of the net, and that's why even going back to Arsenal's top four race, I need to see a bit better. For real, we weren't good against Wolves. Committed defensive performance and that, and we weren't appalling, but we weren't good. Our form's not been bad in 2022, but that was hardly the game that turned our form around. We got the 3 points. We put the ball in the back of the net, and don't get it twisted. There are games you just have to do that, but it is what it is, really. Should we look at some transfer news, people, as well? What's going on in the transfer market? Again, people, Jota's picked up a slight knock as well. I love how they did Spuds as well. Come on. Boy, shout out Wolves for that. Apparently, Jota's twisted his ankle in the Inter Milan win for Liverpool. Klopp said, I'm happy with everything apart from Jota going off. The ankle was swollen at the break, so we had to change. Twisted ankle, it was swollen, so that's not a good sign, but we have to see. We'll check it as early as possible tomorrow, Thursday, but we need an assessment. And to be fair to you, apparently Klopp said Jota wanted to carry on, so maybe that's of a benefit, but sometimes footballers need saving from themselves. Once again, people, 1 week before the tie against Manchester United, Atletico Madrid have lost to bottom club Levante. Apparently, Aubameyang is 100% ready to play for Barcelona in the Europa League, and so will we. Don't forget, 5:10 over here on Twitch. We'll be doing a watch along for that. Man said DG/Jota Twitch collab soon. Now, why not, man? Why not? Away from all of that, I don't know if I believe this, but apparently Paul Pogba is open to offers from other Premier League clubs when his Manchester United contract expires in the summer. Boy, I don't believe that, but again, money talks, innit? Newcastle are eyeing up a fresh £45 million bid for Crystal Palace's 23-year-old Eze. I mean, I like Eze a lot, but come on now, man. Come on. 40-something million. Crazy, man. It's crazy. That's a crazy one, but fair play. Fair play. Could do a lot worse. Spent 40 on Joe Linton. Apparently, Jesse Lingard could turn down a free transfer to Tottenham at the end of the season, and as he would prefer a move abroad. Apparently, Alas has hinted that the club Lyon might look to make Ndombile's loan move a permanent one, should they win the Europa League. Rafinha's rejected a new contract at Leeds, people. He's been linked with Liverpool again. Apparently, Leeds are still in talks with him, and obviously his agent is Deco, and apparently talks have been described as positive. Newcastle still want to sign Kevin Botman from Lille. Ranić has made his first Manchester United signing by telling English fullback Brendan Williams he'll definitely return to Old Trafford at the end of his loan at Norwich. Manchester United could block Ranić's transfer plans again after blocking a move for Nkunku. Arsenal are looking at, Rafa Leão. Chelsea have joined Newcastle in the bid for Tite. Brendan Rodgers says Leicester City star Ndidi is worth much more than 50 million. Everton are interested in Matheus Nunes. He's a good player at Sporting, and Pep thinks so too. West Ham have joined Leeds in the race for the 23-year-old Huddersfield Town midfielder Lewis O'Brien, who has a £12 million release clause. Manchester United once again are open to signing Anthony, and he could be joined at Old Trafford with Ten Hag. So that's what the BBC column is saying. Let's go over to goal.com and see what their transfer column is saying, folks. Pardon me. PSG are open to signing Ronaldo from Manchester United. Mbappe to be offered close to $1 million a week by PSG. Spurs and Arsenal in bid to sign Sosa from Stuttgart. PSG are interested, according to 90-minute football, to signing Cristiano Ronaldo. That would be a good one. We'd finally see the two best players in the world link up. Not too sure I'd believe that. Mbappe wants us, again, is to be offered close to $1 million a week. Apparently, there's rumors he might sign a new short-term deal, people. I don't know what's going on with him, though. Crazy. It's kind of echoing the same news. Apparently, Brendan Rodgers is close to the sack. Leicester could sack manager Brendan Rodgers this weekend if they lose to Wolves in the Premier League, report Football Insider. As you know, they're currently 11th, people. And they did win their first FA Cup last season, and he's twice had them on the verge of Europa League qualification. Such is life. Such is life, people. Apparently, there's offers from the Middle East for Cavani and Mata. So we'll have to see what happens there for the Manchester United duo. Paulo Fonseca has rejected a move to Corinthians as their gaffer. So bit of a slow news day, really and truly. Pogba's wages will be cheaper than buying a new midfielder of the same quality. Anyways, I don't think Newcastle can use the money they've got wisely to get big six. Just saying, though, man's going to be asking for major monies. Pogba, as you should, man. United fans don't want Pogba, but want to tell him where he can and can't play. It's crazy. You know, DG, if Arsenal lose the top 4 race, it wouldn't be for conceding goals. I strongly believe it would only be for not scoring much. I think that's what we all believe, really and truly, if I'm completely honest with you. Obviously, people, as I said, just being conscious of the time, I need to go set up for the 11:30 live stream. As I said, make sure you're all here, people. What's all of this? Make sure you're all there at 11:30. Make sure you all return at 5 p.m. Tomorrow is Football Manager business. Obviously, throughout the course of this live stream, we've spoken about Thierry Henry. We've sadly spoken about Robinho. Annoyed me, but we've had to speak about Jadon Sancho. We have talked about Conte's comments, and we have spoken about, it's lost me now, the Champions League. It's been a fantastic opener this morning, but I'm going to have to love and leave you lot, people. Make sure you're following and subscribing. Make sure you're involved. As you know, typically 10 a.m. on Twitch and wherever. Make sure you're checking your schedules, which I know a lot of you are doing. So, yeah, man, make sure you join me over there at YouTube on YouTube. Shout out to the 6 people waiting. Have I hit the like button already? Have I? All right, shout out to the 5 people, including my 6, because I'm waiting. But, yeah, hit the like button. Do what you can for the engagement. Big up the Twitch gang. I'm out. Always just that active and defending. I think it's like